Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to create a storage account from Azure Portal, and at the same time, we are going to see how to do the same thing from terminal. So without further ado, let's start. As you can see, I'm right now in my Azure Portal, and from Azure Portal, I will type Azure storage account in the search box, and you can see Azure storage accounts appear, and I will click here, and shortly I will be redirected to a storage account page, right? And from here I can create storage account. And to create a storage account, what I will do, I will click on this create button, and then a storage account creation page will appear. You can see there are many tabs that we can go for. I will start with the very basic one. So in basic tab, I will give a subscription name that I'm going to use for this storage account. And then I need to specify the resource group where my storage account will belong to. I can create a new resource group if we want. Let's create a new one. Let's say my resource group. All right. So this is the resource group where I will create my storage account. And then I will give a name to the storage account. Let's say the name of the storage account is Asif Ahmed. And to make sure this storage account is globally unique, I will give a random name. All right. And then I can choose region where I want to deploy my storage account. There are many regions that I can go for, but I will choose the US East region. All right. Then performance. In performance sections, we can see we have two tiering options. One is called standard tiering and another one is premium tiering. Which one we should go for? It says if our product or our solution requires any kind of low latency, then we can go for premium tiering. But for testing or general purpose, we can go for standard tiering. Because it's a very demo session, I will go for the first one. And then I have to choose an option for redundancy. So what we have for redundancy? As we can see here, we have 4 options for redundancy. We have locally redundant storage options. We have geo-redundant storage options. We have zone redundant storage options. And then we have geo-zone redundant storage options. All right. So which one we should go for? The answer is it depends. It depends on your business criticality. For example, if your product or if your data is critical to the business, then you can go for geo-zone redundant storage offerings. And for example, if you are just doing testing or general purpose thing, then you can go for local redundant storage option. Also, if you want some kind of data backups in secondary regions, you can go for geo-redundant storage offerings. So basically, long story short, choose the redundancy options based on your business demands, right? So for this demo, I will just choose locally redundant storage offerings, right? And then I can go to the next step, which is advanced tab. I'll leave everything as it is, nothing to worry about. And then I can go for networking. This is very important. In networking tab, I want to show you the network access. We can keep this bucket public for all networks, or if we want, we can make this bucket publicly accessible for a selected number of virtual networks and IP addresses. And if we want, we can totally disable public access for everyone. And rather than we will use private access through some kind of endpoint, right? So to make our demo simple, I will go for public access. That means anyone can access storage accounts from internet. All right. Then I will go to data protection tab. I will leave everything as it is. You can see here I enabled soft delete for blobs, for containers, and for file shares, right? You can modify if required. And then I will go to encryption. I'll leave everything as it is. And then I will go to tags. If you want, you can give some tags to the storage account for different purposes. I'll leave as it is. And then in review section, I will review what I have done. And you can see, meanwhile, Azure is checking the validations. And once the validation pass, you can see there is a create storage account button is appeared, and just click on that button. And shortly your storage account will be created, and you can see the notification here as well. So wait until the storage account gets created, right? So we can see the storage account creation process is still in progress. So let's wait for a few more minutes and I will come back to you again. So we can see storage account has been created. I will go to my resources, and this is the storage account has been created. And as you can see, for each storage account, there are 4 offerings. We can use storage accounts for blob storage. We can use storage account for file shares. We can use storage account for queues, and we can use storage account for tables, which can be used for key value store. So basically, there are 4 uses for storage accounts. All right, so that's how we can create a storage account. Let's do a very basic demo for containers. So container is used to store blob storage like images, audios, or any kind of static images we can store in containers. So I will create a container, and then let's give a name to this container. Let's say it's images. So basically, we will use this container to store a bunch of images. So I will go to the images container, and from here, as you can see, I can upload images here. So I will click upload button, and then I will choose an image from my local machine. Let's go to choose an image. So I will choose the image and I will just upload the image, right? So shortly the image has been uploaded, and then what I will do, I will go to that image that I have uploaded. There is, and you can see there's a URL that we can copy, and if we open a tab and if I paste it, I cannot see the image. So what is wrong? So I uploaded the image, but I'm not able to access the image. The reason is when I try to create the images container, I said it will not have any kind of public access. I made it private. And that's why any objects that has been uploaded into this container will not be able to publicly accessible. But there's a way we can make this particular image publicly accessible. And to do that, what we can do, I will select that image, and then I can change the access level from private to public. And then if I press OK, that image will be publicly accessible. So I go back to the tab again, and if I refresh the page, I can see the image now. So that's how we can control the access level for different objects within a container, right?